Good morning. Having my cup of cold brew with my milk that I make from nuts and seeds, and my hair is all sticking out funny because how I slept. And I decided I would do a video about the fact that I want to live in a world that's not focused on the surface. I get so many comments, and it's funny because some people are like, "Oh my God, you look so good," and other people are like, "Girl, you ugly and old. You better just milk that thing you did in the 90s for everything you got because you ain't got nothing else." Like, I've literally gotten posts like that, and it makes me laugh because it's just like, I have to laugh or else I cry. And I don't cry because they're picking on me. I cry because we've created a world that is so freaking shallow. Social media has created such a shallow world where people literally think that what we look like is what matters the most. And the reality is that's not true. It comes, it goes. The only way it gets better is for people with a bunch of money who can constantly be biohacking and plastic surgery and injections and God knows what else. And and for the rest of us, like, I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. There's currently no cure for it. And I'm not looking for tips on EDS. I've researched the hell out of it. I know everything there is to know at this point. I've tried most of it. There's no cure for it. There's just learning how to live with it and manage it. And it's a connective tissue disorder and it's degenerative. So like my skin is going, my laxity, like around my chin, on my, like if you look at me wrong, I cut or I bruise. Like, if my life was based on how I look, I wouldn't have much of a life. And my car wreck in 1996 is a big part of what woke me up to that, because I was doing really well in the business world, in the restaurant industry. And after that wreck, I lost most of my short-term memory, some of my long-term memory. I tripped and fell. I would forget things all the time. And it was a long process of getting back to some semblance of normal. And it made me realize, it's like, okay, I was doing really well in the restaurant and bar industry, and like that, it was taken from me. And if I was just based on the surface, if I was just based on like what I could do and how I looked and how I showed up, I would have been a big zero after that wreck, because it took me a long time to be able to like do the things I'd taken for granted. My friend Kimberly, who was in the wreck with me, she was in the restaurant and bar industry too, and one of her arms was damaged really badly in the nerves, and she couldn't go back to work for a while either. And it's like, in society's eyes, we would have gone, she was really great at what she did too. And it was like, what, we go overnight from being something to being nothing just because we got hit by somebody who totaled the car and totaled us in the process? Like, that made me realize that all of the surface stuff doesn't matter. What matters is what's on the inside and how we show up for the planet, for the animals, for each other. Like, that's what matters. And I'm sorry, but how somebody applies their makeup doesn't matter to me. And I know a whole bunch of people are going to get all kinds of upset and up in their shit about that. And that's fine. Like, if that's what you want to focus on, you get to focus on that. Like, that's the way the world runs today. And a lot of people make a lot of money based on what's on the surface. But for me and the way I'm designed, and after that wreck, like, it's not about how I look. That's not why I post. I don't post for how I look. And although I know people are trying to be nice when they say I look good, like, this is how I look. I look goofy as fuck. And in a lot of my pictures, I don't look great because I don't edit them 50 times to make sure I get the right one. Like, I'm just raw and real. So over my morning cup of cold brew, I just wanted to say that for all of those of you out there being raw and real and in a world that's so much about the surface, I see you, I acknowledge you, and I appreciate you.